G'day everyone. So this week in the group mindfulness practices, we're talking about interpersonal relationships, relationships with other people. And interestingly enough, we as human beings, we need connection. It's a human need to connect with others, and yet there are times when we find it difficult to reach out to to perhaps find friendship or connect with others. Even within our own family network and relatives, we can close off sometimes. Uh, there are those amongst you who perhaps are extroverted and don't have this issue. But if you're introverted or an introverted extrovert, similar to myself, then you'll know that it's a bit of a task to push yourself into the zone of discomfort, to actually make a commitment to connect with people. If you're in that group where it feels more difficult to do that, then you'll understand what I mean. The thing is, we know that in order to grow in life, we need to move into a zone of discomfort. We need to feel the fear and do it anyway. And that may be just reaching out and saying to someone, hey, do you want to catch up for a cup of coffee? Or, hey, I walk in the mornings and I notice you walk in the mornings. Do you want to walk together and have a chat? Whatever it is. It's feeling that initial fear. It might be in your workplace, it might be with colleagues, or it might be with family members, it might be with extended relatives, it might be with friends from past. The discomfort of actually reaching out and saying, hey, I'd love to connect, is what we're talking about this week in interpersonal relationships. So we recognize it's a feeling of discomfort. Okay. We've established that there's this feeling of, I don't know whether I can do this. And the discomfort that we're feeling is no different to any emotional discomfort. It's the same principle, the same rules apply. And that is that discomfort rises and it will fall. If we push it down, if we suppress it, repress it, or depress it, then it's just going to build up and build up and build up. So it's something that we need to address. And in order to move toward discomfort, in order to feel the fear and do it anyway, it's important to develop the skill set to recognize it as a physical sensation in the body and then sit with it. Notice the thoughts in the mind, sit with them, and then slowly but surely accept and allow them to dissipate. And then we can have the courage to do something opposite to what we would normally do. Instead of withdrawing, we actually take that scary step and reach out. So Satipatthana meditation is here to help us do that, because Satipatthana is exactly designed for this. It's designed to feel the physical sensations rise and fall. It's designed to be aware and recognize the mental sensations that rise and fall. And it shows us the way of the mind, Satipatthana, the way of the mind. It shows us what we do and the discomfort that we have and what we normally do when we're in a state of discomfort. Rather than doing the same old thing, we're going to sit with it and we're going to watch it rise and watch it fall. And we'll get into a place of calm abiding, somewhere where that anxious feeling state isn't in the body. Okay, let's give it a try. So assume a position. If you're in a chair such as this, then you can just have your legs shoulder width apart, feet firmly on the floor. Remove your footwear so that you feel the floor itself, and gradually allow yourself to sink into the chair itself, closing the eyes just to disconnect that sense from distraction. And just check in with yourself, check in with your breath. If it's short and sharp and shallow, we're going to adjust that by taking a deep inhalation in through the nose. Hold that for a moment and then expel the air with force either through the nostrils or the mouth, whichever you prefer, and drop the shoulders. So it's like a action. In through the nose and expel and drop the shoulders. And one more time, in through the nose And expel and drop the shoulders. We're just signaling to our body that it's not in danger. This calms the autonomic nervous system. Now just allow yourself to relax into your breath. Don't be intentional in your breathing. Allow it to form its own natural rhythm. And we start by connecting with the breath. Feel it coming in through the nostrils, down the throat, and into the chest and belly region. In its own time, its own pace. And be with it as it comes down and into the chest and belly region, and then be with it as it comes back up the throat and out of the nostrils and sits in that space in front of you. Imagine you're with the breath, coming in through the nostrils, down the throat, into the chest or belly region, and then following it back up the throat and out through the nostrils again. Setting ourselves up for success, just ensure that your spine is straight, like a stack of coins. Don't be slouched in the chair. And just bring awareness to anything that's vying for your attention, whether it's a physical sensation or a thought. Just gently let it go and concentrate on the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Don't seek anything or don't try to attain anything. Just sit with the breath. That's the only practice. Just sitting with the breath at this time. Each inhalation reminds you to concentrate on your breath. Each exhalation reminds you to concentrate on your breath. And you'll notice that in between, there's a bit of a space and the mind will wander off. You might feel a slight discomfort in your body and you might want to move your body. Just resist for the moment. If your body's vying for your attention, just acknowledge it and say, that's interesting. Feels like I need to scratch my cheek or move my shoulder or adjust my position, but don't. Come back to the breath. Practice to recognize the discomfort and the need to move, but don't succumb to it. We're practicing to just sit through minor discomfort. We're practicing not to react every time the mind says, do this. And we're using the breath as the anchor point. It's like a refuge, a safe place to be. If you concentrate on your breath, follow it in through the nostrils, follow it into the chest or belly region, sit with it and follow it all the way back out again and sit with it outside the body. And just repeat this. You'll begin to feel relaxed. Notice if the mind wanders. It's okay. It's going to wander in the gaps between the inhalation and exhalation, and between the exhalation and inhalation. It's going to look for something to do. Just acknowledge it. That's what it is at the moment. Don't engage. Don't shove it away. Just acknowledge it and let it go. and use that anchor point of the breath to concentrate where you place your mind. Sometimes there might just be a big inhalation of its own accord, an exhalation of its own accord. It's okay. Let it be. Sometimes it might just stay subtle. You might not feel the breath. That's okay too. Let it be. Don't dictate how you breathe. Let the body breathe, and your job is to stick with it. Be with the breath through the cycle. And each time the mind wanders off, smile inwardly and just acknowledge, oh, look, there it goes again. Come back to your breath. If you're new to meditation, then maybe 5 minutes tops. Just practice this for 5 minutes and do it multiple times throughout the day. For those of you who are part of a group and been doing this for years, you'll recognize that if you're consistent in your sitting, you can sit for longer periods of time. It may still take a little while to get to that sweet point of calm abiding. But once you're there, you can sit in this state of calm for longer periods of time. It's very rewarding. It's teaching us to recognize the mind is agitated and practice to just still the mind. We're not emptying it. It's not like it's empty. It's clear. We can see what's happening. We can see when it's vying for our attention. In day-to-day life off the mat, it might be trying to please everybody. Make sure everybody else is agreeing with what you want. Or it might be trying to please yourself and come up with a decision, have a definitive answer, when there's really no definitive answer to be had. There are answers. But when we can come from a calm, centered place, then we can move forward. Whatever the result is, that's okay. It's a result. It's impermanent. It's an experience in life. And then we move on. Sometimes it's pleasant. Sometimes it's unpleasant. In other words, sometimes it's comfortable and sometimes it's uncomfortable. That's what we're learning right now on the mat or in the chair. If you're feeling discomfort, agitation, good, feel it. But don't stop. Don't throw in the towel. Come back to your breath now. And I'll sit in silence for 5 minutes while we inhale and exhale. Be patient. If your mind is wandering, just acknowledge that and bring it back to your breath. Be patient. Don't fight it. And if you're trying too hard, then stop trying. Pull back a little bit and just be the observer. Just observe what's happening. Don't try so hard. Be a kind observer. Notice, oh, look, the mind's wandering. It's vying for my attention. If I concentrate on my breath, my mind comes with me. I start to lead it rather than it leading me. Just practice. For those who are ready, you can start to concentrate on the sensation of the breath as it enters the nostrils, the sensation on the skin just inside the nostrils, or the surface just outside the nostrils, or on the surface of the lip, the upper lip. There's a triangle space inside the nostrils, outside the nostrils, or above the upper lip. And if you focus there and feel each inhalation and exhalation, what does it feel like? Is it moist or dry? Light? Tingly? Or even no sensation? Each breath will be different. Just focus, pay attention, and you'll see each breath, inhalation and exhalation, will be slightly different. The feeling, the sensation. There's no right or wrong breath. There's just awareness that everything changes all the time. Anicca, it's called. Changing, changing. We're not trying to attain a perfect breath. We're just experiencing each breath as it is. Not as I think it should be, just as it is. Focus on the inhalation and the exhalation. Bring awareness to what happens in between the gap of inhalation and exhalation. And in that gap between exhalation and inhalation, what happens? Where does the mind go? If you can keep it steady, if you can keep it there, centered where you want it, then you'll feel your whole body become calmer. You'll notice that you're truly not trying to control anything. You're actually letting go of control by just sitting with awareness of what each breath feels like. It is this letting go of control that brings us calm abiding, a state of calm. By letting go of outcome, letting go of control. And just take a moment to contemplate. If I can do this off the mat or off the practice in my day-to-day life, letting go of control, feeling the fear and doing it anyway, reaching out, making contact with someone, and then just let go. What will be, will be. And if that thought itself makes you feel all tight in your body right here, right now, then recognize that. That's how powerful the thought is. We're not actually reaching out to anyone. We're not connecting with anyone. And yet the thought of it can send the body into this state of discomfort. So while we're sitting here in the practice, we acknowledge it. It's just a thought. It's not truth. Can I let go of that storyline that I'm making? Just accept, wow, this is discomfort. This is what it feels like when I think that thought. Just because I think it doesn't mean it's true. That's what we're learning. And you might see that the mind is already spinning out of control and making all of these stories, all of these things. Yeah, buts. Yeah, but this could happen. Or, yeah, but they could do this. I could get rejected. Fascinating, isn't it? We're going to let go of that now and come back to where we are. We're not actually reaching out to anyone. We're not contacting anyone. We're not pushing ourselves into discomfort. We're coming back into comfort now. We're going to tell ourselves it's perfectly okay right here, right now. By concentrating on the breath and let go of the thought. Let it go. Focus on your breath, 100%. Get out of your head and into your body. I know it's not easy. If you're still thinking, well, release the thoughts. Focus, full attention on your breath. Inhalation, what does it feel like just inside the nostrils? Outside the nostrils or above the upper lip? What does it feel like there? Name it. Moist, dry, cool, warm, tingling, inert. Put your full focus there. Each and every breath as it is. Accept it as it is. Lean into it. Experience it as it is. Don't taint it with thought. Let the body calm down. As the body begins to calm down, you can recognize how powerful thought is. Just because I think something, it's fascinating that the body reacts. The chemicals that disperse through the system between the mind and the organs. Interesting, isn't it? My thought creates my feelings. And therefore, when I can recognize that and just let go of that thought, sit with the discomfort of the feeling state, we can see it's impermanent, rises and falls. We're just acknowledging and accepting whatever rises and falls. And then we just become calm and centered again. We get out of our head, we stop thinking, we just acknowledge that thoughts will drop in and out. If we don't attach to them, we can just sit here nice and calm. And when you're ready, you can just gently start to bring yourself back into the space you occupy and open up your eyes. So why do we do that? Why do we do that, Paul? Allowing and accepting ourselves to feel discomfort is important. Look at that. My hand goes straight onto my heart straight away. Allowing and accepting the discomfort is what we're learning. This feels uncomfortable. Okay, it feels uncomfortable. After we do this, the awareness of this feels uncomfortable, the concentration of I'm placing my mind where I want it to be and I don't want it to go wandering off and making storylines that aren't real. So there's awareness and concentration. And the third piece we do after our meditation is contemplation. We just gently investigate what it is that creates these feeling states. What thoughts am I having that are creating my feelings? And just because I think it, it doesn't mean it's true. Okay? It doesn't. A thought is a thought. It can be true or false. It can be both true and false. And it can be neither true nor false. And that's a whole nother conversation, but that's a fact. There's a difference between a fact and a thought. But the power of thought is incredible. It truly does make our body act in a certain way. And that's where we take our action from, and therefore we create the results in our life. If you want to unpack that further, look at some other episodes we've done, or come to the group and ask questions, and we unpack all of this in the group. But today, I hope you've understood what it is that Satipatthana does. It shows us the way of the mind, and it shows us that we have control over the way we think, feel, and act. We create our destiny. We create our results. It doesn't mean it's simple. And it doesn't mean it's easy. It's simple, but not easy. It is simple. Think, feel, act, result. It's simple, but not easy. Doesn't mean it's easy. It just takes practice to acknowledge this is how it works. Okay. Thanks for sharing time, and I'll turn off the video while we discuss this in the group.